here at the Patty Center with head coach Mick Durham of Alaska men's basketball. Coach Durham, you're coming off a pretty tough road trip where your team battled back from 21 down Thursday at Simon Fraser before falling, and then you had a lead in the second half at nationally ranked Western Washington before they came back in the final couple minutes. Just talk about that road trip, talk about what you learned, and hopefully how some of that may transfer over to this week.
Well, I think, we feel pretty good about the road trip. We played 3 good halves. Our first half against Simon Fraser was really a struggle, and then once we got that by us, the second half we came from 21 points down to tie it, and then we went into Saturday night against the Western team, who was playing very well, leading the league, and we really put a good 40 minutes together. It still comes down to finishing at the end, and the last few minutes and being solid, and it, not just the offensive end, it's the defensive end, is doing the right things on both ends. So continue to put ourselves in that position, and hopefully we can get a breakthrough here.
This week, you guys open up your 3-game homestand to end the regular season. First off, you have Western Oregon, who's a team right now trying to battle for one of those top 4 spots. And then St. Martin's a team that, probably eliminated from playoff contention, but like us would like to end on a strong note. So why don't you talk a little bit about both opponents coming in this week?
Well, Western, first up on Thursday, is very veteran. They have the 3 senior guards on the perimeter, and Whedon has been in the league a long time and can really score. And then they have 2 big experienced kids inside. So, their starting 5 is very solid, gave us a lot of trouble. All 5 scored in double figures against us. We did a nice job with their bench guys, and that's the key again is, hopefully we can slow down one of these starters. But Whedon is very experienced, long, can score mid-range, post up, and then they got a little quickness at Freelander. And then they're 2 bigs. One big can step out and shoot the 3, so you got to be aware of him. And they're going to press us and play a little bit of zone. They've been very successful with the zone the last few games, so I think we'll see some zone. And then Saturday night we'll turn our attention to St. Martin's, who, we played a very good first half, in Lacey against St. Martin's. We were up 7 or 8 at half, and then the wheels fell off the second half. So, again, they have very talented, more frontline guys, athletes inside, and so it's going to be a good homestand for us. I'm curious to see how we bounce back and learn from that the last weekend, especially how we play against Western Washington. But we do play a very talented team in Western on Thursday.
Anyone that watched the game on Saturday night at Western, being how good they are this year, you'd find it hard to believe that Alaska, is a team with the record that, we currently have. So what do you think that says about just really the fight in the guys and really how they came out, especially in that second half, to get the lead that they did before Western was able to come back?
Well, we're really trying to compete, till the end of the season, and it's tough. We keep getting banged in the head, and we're losing a lot of games, but we're preparing and doing the right things, trying to get our guys ready, and to their benefit and for their sake, they showed up and played Saturday night, and obviously we played with nothing to lose, and Western probably, we're taking this real serious, but our challenge is we have 3 games left, and we want to compete in all 3 and see what happens, and obviously we would love to get these guys a win because they deserve it and they've worked hard, and we'll just see what happens. But again, 3 good GNAC teams coming in, and we'll start Thursday with Western Oregon and see what we can do.
Dominic Brinson had probably the best week of his season, averaging 23.5 points a game. Shot very well from the field, which included a career-high 30 points on Thursday. Just talk about what he did so well, because he had been in kind of a slump, throughout the late January into early February before last week.
Well, he's had other good road trip for us too, and then he came back home and kind of had a tough weekend, and so it's kind of what we're going through with a lot of guys. It's just trying to get consistency from one weekend to the next. But Dom did. He had 30 games against Simon Fraser, and he seems to be being a little more selective on his shots and kind of understand what we want, and he just plays hard. Dom's going to come to play, and that's why he plays so many minutes. And so we're just trying to get consistency from our guys. So we really have 3 guys scoring in double figures. Nico Matthews, I think, is having a good senior year, and it's just trying to develop the bench and the young guys and get minutes off the bench. We're playing our starters too much, but they've been holding up pretty good, but we do need to get some bench scoring.
You mentioned Nico Matthews, who had his second career double-double last week, but didn't score barely any points. He did it on the rebounding side and the assist side. When's the last time you as a coach had a player get a double-double without scoring at least the 10 points?
Well, it's harder. No, it's hard to remember that. And he does that, and then you throw his steals. He gets 5 steals on Saturday night. So, he's doing a great job. Being a pest on the ball with his steals, and then he'll go help us rebound. And I can't hardly remember when my point guard's been my leading rebounder either. And so Nico's a very unique player, and I'm happy for him because he is playing well in his senior year.
Why don't you just talk about keys to victory against the Wolves and the Saints this weekend?
Well, I think the biggest thing, with Western Oregon, I think the big thing was we got to show up. I mean, we definitely got to get off to a good start. This is a team that, you really don't know what's going to happen the first 5 minutes. Are we going to be ready? Are we going to kind of come from behind, or what we have to do? Once we settle in, we compete. So the main thing is that we're ready to go at the tip-off on Thursday night, and then we got to handle their pressure. They're going to press us. I think we're going to see some zone. We haven't seen a lot of zone all year. Mostly been playing man-to-man. And take care of the basketball. When we don't shoot it quick and we don't turn it over, we tend to stay in games. I think that's the key all weekend, is to not turn it over and to get good shots and know that we don't have to shoot it quick if we don't have a good look.
All right, Coach Durham, well, thanks for the time, and we'll see you Thursday night following Western Oregon's game.
Okay, Chris, thank you.